In its final centuries, Rome faced a problem it could no longer ignore. Tax revenue was collapsing, workers were disappearing, the economy was breaking down. So Rome made a decision that seemed logical at the time. It froze society in place. By the 3rd century, the Roman Empire was under severe pressure. Wars were constant, borders were expensive to defend, inflation weakened currency, tax collection became unreliable, people responded rationally, they fled cities, they abandoned professions, they hid from tax collectors. Rome needed stability. What it got instead was rigidity. Rome's economy depended on predictable roles. The state needed farmers to produce grain, craftsmen to supply cities, soldiers to defend borders, administrators to collect taxes. But as conditions worsened, people moved. Farmers became laborers, artisans fled towns, taxpayers disappeared, mobility became Rome's enemy. Rome responded with a law. Beginning in the late 3rd century and expanding under emperors like Diocletian and Constantine, professions were made hereditary. If your father was a baker, farmer, soldier, tax collector, then you would be the same by the law. Under these laws, sons inherited professions, workers could not legally change jobs, farmers were bound to land, urban guilds became compulsory, leaving your profession was illegal, so was refusing service. The goal was simple: stabilize tax collection and production. The effect was far more severe. Once professions were frozen, society stopped adapting. People could no longer pursue opportunity, escape failing sectors, innovate new trades. A baker in a declining city stayed a baker, a farmer on a poor land stayed a farmer. Economic signals no longer mattered. The system was stable but brittle. When people cannot improve their condition, incentives vanish. Workers produce the minimum, avoided surplus, hide output. Wanna innovate if you gain nothing? Why work harder if success increases obligations? Rome's economy became defensive. Survival replaced growth. Hereditary professions solved Rome's immediate problem. Taxes became predictable, labor became fixed, but the cost was adaptability. When conditions changed, harvest failures, invasions, regional decline, Rome could not respond. The system had no slack. Earlier Romans were citizens, they could move, trade, rise. Late Roman society became static. People were defined by birth, occupation, obligation, not choice. This was not slavery, but it was no longer freedom. These laws did not cause Rome's collapse by themselves. They revealed something deeper. Rome no longer trusted markets, movement, or initiative. It replaced flexibility with control, and control became the substitute for strength. Rome didn't freeze professions because it was cruel. It did it because it was desperate. But systems that survive only by locking people in a place are already failing. Stability without mobility is not a resilience, it's a stagnation. Rome tried to preserve order by ending movement. Instead, it preserved decline. Because once a society stops adapting, collapse becomes a matter of time. Hit like and subscribe, and next time we'll examine another attempt to enforce stability and why it accelerated the end instead.